Hi folks, welcome back on the Saltians. Well, we know that the ocean is affected by the pressure of the CO2 that we make on land, and that is diffusing into the water and bring acidification. Well, some creative people, like Katrin from Germany, created projects that kind of work with this problematic, but mostly help people to live more sustainably. So Katrin is the founder of BIOGAS, and she's going to explain to us a project right now. So let's check it out.
Good to see you.
First of all, what I want to know, Katrin, is what's your story? Like who you are and how did you start BIOGAS and why actually? Why did you start this project?
Yeah, thank you very much, Anisa. It's a pleasure to be here and to get the chance to talk about BIOGAS and all our biogas activities. I am also happy to let you know that my story started in Canada, actually.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, right after school, I went to Canada, to Adelaide, or to Whitehorse. I flew into Whitehorse and I went to Adelaide from there to spend 3 weeks in an international work camp at the shores of Lake Adelaide with the tribe Tlingit, with the Native Americans. And I got a good understanding of their way of living nowadays. And from there, yeah, I really traveled the world, I have to say. I spent so many years in Australia working also with Aboriginals in the outback, fencing, bull catching, yard building, all kinds of practical things. And really traveled to many, or actually all continents, horseback riding through half of Mongolia, hiking South Patagonia, all these things, meeting many different people before I ever went to Africa. And when I came to Africa, I had no information about development aid or anything like this. There was a university project, and I worked in an agroforestry research project and got to know what, in this case, German aid organizations were doing and how they were treating Africans in their own country, teaching them how to do agriculture. And I can tell you, after everything I'd seen before, this really shocked me. I could not believe what I found there. Like people being paid to participate in highly funded aid projects that were supposed to help them. So I quit my job actually, and I went back. Went back to university, did agriculture engineering, but with this anger in mind, I have to say. And I learned about biogas and developed the idea of bringing or making biogas financially worth it for people who produce it on a low-tech level. And that's how the Biogas Backpack was developed. That was my master thesis in 2010. And researchers at the university, engineers, they said, "Are you crazy? Gas in a bag, I mean, who's gonna use this?" And it wasn't that long afterwards that the University of Addis Ababa called me and said, "You know what, we like your development of the Biogas Backpack. Can you come here and we would like to test it?" And that's how it actually happened, that I continued working on this idea of making biogas transportable. I worked together with them for a couple of years, stayed in Ethiopia for 4 years, and started the energy actually from there, and then established with local partners, the company there, manufactured the technology, served the market, and we started it all from there actually.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Just before we talk about the problematic that you start to introduce, just to explain, what is the biogas backpack to people that listen?
The biogas backpack is really a huge bag for 1 cubic meter of biogas.
Okay.
This biogas is produced naturally, we can say, by bacteria from organic waste in a gas-tight container. So I also do produce this biogas system, that produces the gas, or where the gas is produced, and from there the gas goes automatically by pressure equalization into the backpack. And once the gas is in there, in this inflated bag, you can just put it on your back and transport it. And that way you can sell it to your neighbors, and then they can use this gas for cooking. yeah, and you earn money. I mean, we're turning shit into gold.
Yeah, exactly. Love this. And I can see also benefits for the people because usually they use wood or other like substance to burn.
Exactly, yeah. Normally, I mean, 82% of people in Sub-Sahara Africa depend on traditional cooking fuels. That means mostly wood and charcoal, yeah, or agriculture really.
Yeah.
All of them really smoky when you use them inside, yeah. Number one environmental cause of death in Africa is caused by indoor air pollution, yeah. And this fuel is getting more and more expensive. And that's what's actually what makes it interesting. If cooking costs you more than the material you cook and consume like 50 to 70% of your income, then there's something seriously wrong.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Wow. And now we're going to the let's say the constat you made, like why you want to change the way to let's say not help but give power to people, local people. What's the problematic and what's your solution for that? And I really like to hear about actually already.
Yeah. So I mean, the biogas backpack is really the central piece, we can say, yeah, because the backpack makes the gas transportable, and with this you can also sell it. Before, it used to be biogas systems, one for one household. Everybody who wanted to use biogas had to build a biogas system in Africa, for example. Yeah, but many other developing countries also. That's not very cost efficient. Yeah, and it doesn't solve your main problem, the problem of not having money. So the idea is to turn biogas into a business. And for that, we offer, like when I say we, I mean B-Energy, my company, we offer the technology, that means the biogas system to produce the gas, the biogas backpack to store and sell the gas, and the biogas stove to cook with the gas. That's the technology. But we also offer a business model. And it starts with the business model for the end customer who uses the backpack to sell gas and make money to pay off the investment for the biogas system. Then there is a business for the installer who installs the system for the end customer. And then there's a business for the importer who imports the technology or manufactures it locally and then makes it available for the installer and end customer. Yeah, so there are three business models involved. And to make all this work, we also provide a kind of service infrastructure. For example, an app, a mobile application for Android phones for our installers. And with this app, they can see exactly how they have to install the systems. They can register all their customers with all the details. They can calculate for every customer with the calculator how much gas they can produce from their cow manure that they have or from their kitchen waste, and how much this gas is worth in their area based on the price for firewood and charcoal. And that way, before you even install a biogas system, you can say, okay, within this amount of time, I can earn this amount of money. Yeah. And then a biogas system becomes interesting for a user to invest. And this is the most important part, it becomes independent of development aid. That means nobody needs the pity from the West to install a biogas system because he or she can calculate for themselves how long it takes to pay it off. And then all you need is a loan, if at all. But nobody needs to treat you like a poor person and give you something for free. Yeah. And that is what makes the difference.
Yeah, that's the observation you made, and all the anger, you turn it into passion to make something great, and I love it. And for now you're talking about Africa, but I reckon it could be used for many places, do you think?
Yes, it can be used everywhere, really. Biogas is produced from organic waste, ideally. Here in Germany, we're producing biogas from corn and maize that we grow, energy crops that we grow, and then we produce biogas to generate electricity. That's a bit of a detour. But if you use organic waste, which is super readily available everywhere in Africa, for example, or in most places, then you can your input substrate is for free. So all you need is a certain temperature. A temperature above 20 degrees for a biogas system to function. for the biogas bacteria to be active. Otherwise, they are really lazy when it gets too cold. Yeah, then they don't produce much, and then it's not efficient. So you need a temperature above 20 degrees, you need a gas-tight container, and you need the bacteria on the substrate. That's it. Yeah, technically this is really, really simple when you don't have to heat it. Now in Canada, also in Germany, we're a little bit unfortunate when it comes to this. It's a bit cold. However, I'm running a biogas system here too, and it works in summer. Yeah, as soon as the sun comes out, it heats up and produces gas. So better than nothing.
Yeah,
we can work on, and that's what we're doing. Work on a heating system that can help to also heat the system enough in winter, so that it can also function at least at any temperature above 0 would be great.
Nice, awesome. And so we're talking about biogas and all the the 3 business models you have. And so what are the next steps first? How, for you guys, for BEnergy, what's the next steps? You talked about the app and the models. What's going further then?
Yeah, it's really at a point now, and it's a good question. I like it because we're ready. You know, I've been working on this for the last 10 years now, and I always had the feeling it's not just quite ready yet. You know, you need to have the confidence to really tell the world what you have and to really promote it. So I've never done this, and it also takes time to build the trust, especially in let's say traditional societies. Yeah, you can't just come with a new technology and expect everybody to say yes, I want to buy it. You have to build this trust. And then additionally, working without aid money makes it extra hard, not only because you can't access all these piles of money that are offered to you, but also you're competing with the aid industry. So it really takes time to find your niche. But I would say now is the moment where we're ready to really implement this at a large scale. We have good partners who are already doing it. And we just need more of these local partners who invest their money. And it's really now the time to promote this on a larger scale and professionally. One great step that we have already done last year is that we have won our first investor. And although finding an investor with this kind of business is really super easy, or could be very easy, there was a little condition that I had. I wanted to have my first investor to be African.
Awesome.
Because, see, with money you can do everything you want. You can go to Africa and force everybody to use your biogas technology if you pay for it, you know? But I don't want to do this. I wanted to wait for somebody from the continent to decide whether they want this technology there or not, whether this is for them, whether this is something they think is useful. And for me, having this African investor to decide, yes, this is what we want on the continent, we invest our money and we help you to make this big, that was the sign for me to really take it forward actively now. We're working now on promoting, that's it.
Promoting, okay, we'll give it a hand on that, awesome.
Train more people, get people to know this, and also through our African investor, which is a highly influential person in the energy sector. I can say it, it's in NJ Ayuk. He has founded the African Energy Chamber and many other businesses. And together with them, just let people know what we have. These are the next steps.
That's awesome. Let's help this great project to be promoted. And so that's a way to help. Do you find any other ways that we can help? Obviously, people that could listen now, not in Africa, but they probably know people, or I don't know. What do you think about it? How could we help actually?
It's a great question. It's a question I often get because people want to help.
Yeah.
We are sort of helpless if we can't give money, you know?
Sure.
So I can tell you, In the energy, we don't offer the option to support with money. You know, we don't accept donations because that's what we fight against. We fight for a market approach that's fair and not distorted by people who accept funding from outside and chaotically distributed. So for the energy, the way to help is as the angel. We have an opportunity for people to donate time and expertise. Yeah. And as I said, we're really getting into marketing and promotion now. I could really use some help with that. If somebody is an expert on marketing and promotion, or let's say video making, animations, all these kinds of things that we could use to promote our technology and offer, I would immediately accept any, any support, you know. Also IT experts. I said we have an app and a dashboard for the importer to monitor the work of the installers. We need more technical or IT expertise here to set this up properly on a for a larger database and to manage this perfectly. That's also something where I would be happy to accept support. But then on the other hand, I said we're working without aid money, and we're actually having a problem with the whole aid sector because they are destroying our market. Yeah, they are giving away biogas systems where we are trying to sell them. That means my partners are constantly at risk. So where I do need help and where I also accept financial support is in our efforts to protect our partners and to fight against market distortion. And that's actually a huge topic. You cannot imagine that an entrepreneur has to do this because it's totally not necessary in countries like Canada or Germany, because our governments protect us from this. There are anti-dumping laws, there are competition laws. We don't have to protect ourselves from, like, let's say Chinese aid organizations coming in and give away cars for free or something like this. You know, that doesn't happen here. But in Africa, this is different. So there are different ways to support us there. For example, you can hire us. You can hire me for presentations, webinars, workshops. If you want to learn more about the effects, the real effects of aid, or if you are planning to do CSR measures with your company and you wonder what could really help, just not to do things just to greenwash, but to actually do something useful. We do offer consultancy, presentations, workshops, and that. So just pay us for the service, and that would be great support, you know, and it helps you. We don't want to just accept funding, but we want to work for it. And then there is another option, which is the idea of bring the debate into the public. You know, we want to publicly debate aid. It is something that we all accept as something normal, that the West gives money for poor people in Africa. And this has to be seriously questioned, because if you ask me, I think this is the major reason for the problems in Africa. Yeah, that creates poverty, that creates dependency, that creates a mentality that's everything but not supportive to development. So we have to stop this, and for that, we have to educate people. And anybody who has an idea how we can do this or wants to actually financially support to do campaigns, yes, we're open and I'll happily accept it.
That's awesome. Wow, thank you so much. That's great. I'm like,
thank you.
I want to hear about the campaign. I want to hear about it. I'm quite very interested about the truth you have on your side and you want to expose. I think it's very important, and like many things are coming up right now, and I think people are probably more willing to hear about the reality that is happening in many countries, or like the ocean as well. Like they stepped down and we don't know exactly the reality of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. People are eager to help, but they don't know how, and then they take what everybody thinks is right. But we are taking it a little bit too easy, you know. It's not that easy to help, to really help. Yeah, it's the same with the carbon offsetting. I mean, we're paying for our bad behavior, and we believe that somebody else is gonna balance it out and offset the carbon somewhere in poor countries. That's just a big lie, you know. It's very sad because, again, carbon offset projects that are financed by people who fly all over the place in the West and just donate a little bit of money to offset the carbon, then give away biogas systems in Africa for free, again, destroy the opportunity for local development of a sustainable renewable energy market. And it is, in the long term, so much more destructive for people locally, to the market, and to climate. So it is double destructive. It's even worse than just flying around, you know. So I don't know. It can really take my nerves sometimes to see how people easily believe this and question it.
Yeah, you're right. Totally right. Wow. Well, the best way to reach you, Katrin, like if you're interested in a campaign or like talking or finding partners.
You can reach us. I mean, if you just Google Biogas Backpack, you'll find us. The company is called Energy. Facebook, LinkedIn, you find us, my name, or the Energy or the Biogas Backpack. It's quite unique. Nobody else has one. So through that word, you'll find me. I'm not hiding.
That's so great.
And if you have partners, if you know people in Africa, Asia, Latin America, or anywhere else where biogas as a household energy source could be useful, let people know, you know. Share the information about the biogas and educate people about the negative effects of aid.
And the real aid you can do, actually. So that would be great. That would be awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
for your energy and passion. Okay, guys, you just witness the passion for people with great projects that like talking with their soul, and Katrin is a great example of people that want to help. If you know people that could be interested, if you're interested by the campaign she's talking about aid, knowing the truth, if you have like knowledge in marketing, promoting, IT, and don't know, like you want to help in a way, that's the great way to help. So don't hesitate to contact Katrin or us via the Salty Hands or via website BEnergy that I will put the link under the video. And in our case, still, like, we're calling you guys if you have ideas about solutions that it is worth to talk about. We will be very pleased to hear about it and to share the great solutions, but as well the great people that are working on that and put their heart on the table to make it happen. So I will thank you again for your time. We wish you a great day, and I'll see you next time.